Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another video brought to you by Dinosaur. So today I'm going to be bringing you an in-depth guide on herb runs, or I like to call them herb and flower runs. You can use flowers to maximize their potential, and I greatly recommend you do so. So there's a couple of reasons people do herb runs. Firstly, for experience. From 62 and onwards you'll be getting at least 100 experience per herb you picked. From 91 you can get the best experience herb, which is Fellstalk Seed. I personally use these to get from 97 to 99. It really sped up the process, and you actually got profit during the process. Even from low levels, doing your highest level herb you can do will probably greatly advance you in your levels, especially as you can do them every 70 minutes. So the next reason people do herb runs is for profit. Now currently the best profit maker is Toadflax. That's without use of the Juju vial and without use of the aura, although prices do change, so keep updating yourself on the Grand Exchange. Torstal, I greatly recommend that if you're going to do them you use Juju vial and auras, because they are a dangerous road to go down and can actually lose you money, great amounts of money, so be careful if you're going to try and do them. Other herbs can be used, such as snapdragons or spiritweed, but I do suggest sticking with Toadflax. They are a very safe area and you will always gain a profit. So I'm going to be showing you what you need. First of all, quest requirements. You will need to have at least started Fairy Tale Part 1 for the magic secateurs. You'll get them to kill a Tanglefoot, and they will actually provide 10% increased yield from herbs and crops. The next quest I recommend you get and complete is Ghosts Ahoy. You will get the Ectofile from completing that quest, which is the best teleportation method to the farming patch in Canifis. The third and final quest you will need to have completed is My Arm's Big Adventure. This quest is very useful as it unlocks the Trollheim herb patch. This patch is exceptionally good because it can't be diseased, as the troll up there, called My Arm, will protect it for you. Now I'd like to show you my equipment. So we have here my character, and I've actually got an aura. This isn't required, although I'm just going to use it because I can. I'll also hopefully we'll get to see it in action. I recommend you wear weight reducing gear such as penance gloves, boots of lightness, and you can use a spotted or spottier cape, although I like to wear my farming cape because I love it. I greatly recommend you wear the magic secateurs as well. These are very useful, as I explained. They provide 10% increased yield to herbs and crops. So there's a few task items as well you'll need. Falador Shield is very useful as it provides you with bonus experience when harvesting from the Southern Falador patch. The Explorer's Ring provides you with a direct teleport to the Southern Falador herblore patch. And finally, the Ardon Cloak will take you directly to the Ardon patch. So in my inventory we have the magic watering can. Now I use this, you don't have to get this, but I use it to water my flowers. You get this from Fairy Tale Part 3 completion and is really quite useful, although you could just use your regular water can, although you don't even need to water them at all. Keep your Ectofile in your inventory for teleporting, although you could use other teleportation methods such as fairy rings. You could also walk, although I don't really recommend doing that. I actually keep 2 super compost in my inventory. I like to use the super compost from the compost bin, and I make it myself. Some people like to use the Lunar Spellbook and use the fertile soil, but I'll get onto that later. Make sure you've got as many seeds as you can use. I have access to all 5 patches, so I can use all 5 seeds. Some of you may only have access to 3 patches. And the same with the flowers. There are 5 herb patches, but only 4 of them have flower patches with them, so you can only bring a maximum of 4 flower seeds. As I'm on the regular spellbook, my method of teleportation to Trollheim is the regular one, which requires 61. So I've got the runes for that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and teleport to Trollheim to begin my herb run. Okay, so I've just used that spell. Now, there are other methods of getting to Trollheim. If you've completed the living farm quite far through, and you have 92 farming, you can actually use a lunar spell which takes you directly to the herb patch on top of Trollheim. that is quite useful, although it is quite a large requirement, 92 farming, as well as significantly advanced through Livid Farm, which does take a lot of time. Although if you do put the effort in, it's definitely worth it. So all you gotta do is scale down these if you're using the regular one, and they'll actually give you 8 experience every time you do it successfully. If you are using this way, just be wary of these aggressive trolls that you'll encounter. Don't hit too hard, but if you are a lower level, they are definitely more of a threat. Now I'd recommend, if these were a threat, just wearing armor or bringing food, because you don't want to die really. So you want to run south, go through this door, it's quite often open, and there should be a ladder up here called a troll ladder, and you can climb straight up that. You'll see the leprechaun chilling, and the herb patch is just up here. So I'm going to go ahead and activate my aura, and hopefully we'll see it in business. So the aura, what it'll do is randomly give you an extra herb. When you do get it, 2 will come in your inventory instead of 1. Your character will only do the animation for picking up 1 herb, and you'll only get the experience for 1. However, as you get 2, you can clean them both for double herb experience. As you can see here, my Scroll of Life came active. The Scroll of Life is a very effective tool from Demonheim. What it does is, if your herbs are healthy and alive, from the last herb you picked, you will have a 5% chance to get the seed that you used back. Now if they're dead, you'll have a 10% chance of receiving a random herb. This could however swing both ways. Of course, if you're using Guam seeds, there is a chance you could get a Torstal, although if you are using Torstal seeds, there's a chance that it could die and you'd get a Guam seed back. But it is a very useful thing, especially for different types of farming, such as tree farming. Although for herb runs they can be quite useful and save you some money. So next I'm going to go ahead and use my ectophile. This will take me to the cannabis patch, or very close to it. So it's just a 1 click, your character will automatically teleport there and fill it up without you doing anything. Then you want to run northwest up here. So when I pick the herbs, I like to clean my herbs. This provides me with some herb lore experience. I also think that clean total like sell for more than Grammy right now. But I always clean them anyway, because typically they will sell for more, even if the G prices don't say so. So here you are, you can see my herbs and limpwort here. Like I said earlier, it's possible to treat your farming patches with super compost like I'm doing. Personally, I prefer to do this and use fertile soil. The reason you do this is, as you could see, that person there just used fertile soil spell on that patch, which is quite convenient for this video. So the reason you want to use either that spell or super compost is because it greatly increases the chance of the protection. Also, you can get an increased yield from them, which means you could get 8 herbs instead of 6. As you can see, all I do is take my buckets and fill them up here twice every time I come, and they will all go down at the same rate. You must be thinking, what are you going to do to fill them up? Well, you don't actually have to pay for fruits. What you can do is make your way to Brimhaven, just like me. You can right click and claim from Del Monte if you've completed Karamjar tasks of any quantity. For example, Karamjar task 1, and he'll give you 40 pineapples every single day. Now bear in mind, let's say you're doing 4 runs a day. It'll take 2 days for you to empty your compost bin, and you'll have enough fruit to fill it up, fill each single compost bin up there. So it's quite a useful thing to get. So once you've done the cannabis herb patch, you'll want to get to Ardon. Now you can do this by my personal favourite lodestone, although there are other methods such as the Ardon cloak, which will actually teleport you directly there. Teleport to farming patch. Now this only has 1 charge per day, although if you get the Ardon cloak 4, you can use 2 charges. Sorry, not 2 charges, you get unlimited charges every day. So it's a very useful tool to have, a very nice piece of equipment, and if you're not wearing your farming cape like me, you can just wear this instead. Other methods to get to Ardon are the lodestone, which I recommend, as you can save law runes and save money. Some people do like to still use teleports because they get the magic experience, although that's not what I want. I am big in saving money, so I think the lodestone network is a very good update. As you can see here, you can use your herbs and flowers on the leprechaun and he will instantly note them, so you don't have to continuously bank. You could be on either spell books depending on the way you want to go. Now, next I'll be going to Catherby. Catherby lodestone is probably the best way to get there, as when you actually get to the lodestone, you can already click on the herbs from there. I'll show you. See, right click, pick herbs. So as I was saying, you could be on either Lunar Spellbook or the regular spellbook. Now, once I'm 92 magic and I've completed Livid Farm, I will probably be using the Lunar Spellbook, but seeing as how I'm not there yet, I am using the regular spellbook. If I was 92, I'd probably also use the Fertile Soil spell, although considering I get free super compost from the pineapples, it's not really recommended. What I'd also really like to see in this guide is my aura come to life, so you guys can have a small demonstration of that. I actually do Limpwort roots because I'm going to be using them in the upcoming bonus XP weekend. It's not really upcoming, but it will get here eventually. I'll be using them to make super strength potions. Probably not the best idea because marigolds are actually a better source of money, so I recommend you do marigolds, and I think they only require level 2 or level 3. So the final area I'll be going to is the cabbage port. Now the Explorer's Ring is a really great way to get there because it'll take you straight just south of the patch here, and you can already click on your flower patch from here. So you just want to pick all your things. I'll actually show you the profit I've gained after I've picked all of these herbs and flowers. Marigolds actually sell for about, I think they're nearly 5,000 gold. So Limpworts only sell for 1,000 gold each. So it's probably worth using marigolds at the moment, although Limpwort prices may go up in future. Like I said, I'm using Limpworts right now because I'm going to be using them in super strength potions. Although it's probably recommended to do marigolds, like I said, because you could just sell them for almost 5k and buy 3 Limpworts with more money left over. This guy, this is my friend, my other friend. Alright, so I'm actually done here now. I'm going to total up my profits and I'll see you in a minute. So here I am, back in Yanil. Now I'm actually going to show you how much money I've earned. So we used 5 toad flax and 4 Limpwort seeds, and we produced 39 toad flax and 12 Limpworts. As you can see, this price was 7,000 and this price was 8,000. Sorry, 1,000. So let's just say that's roughly 8,000. And this price was 112,000 and this is 13,000. So let's say that's 125,000. So as you can see, that's a very strong profit. That's 117,000. Sorry, I'm not the best at maths, but that's 117,000 money, GP, in a 3-minute run. These runs can obviously be a lot quicker if you're not explaining things and you get into the habit of them, you do them faster. Now, that was actually quite a strong herb run for me. You get quite a lot of herbs there. Although I have done a trial now. It took me roughly a month, a month and a half, and I had 500 herb seeds. I found that after 500 runs, on average, you got 6.7 herbs per seed. Now that's a great profit, although bear in mind this was without the aura and without Juju vials. Juju vials increase your herbs by 33%. Sorry I didn't have any to show you today, but I will make a guide in future of how to get them and how to use them. What I also didn't mention was, with this aura, it protects your herbs for a further 20 minutes as long as it's active, so be sure to keep that on to make sure your herbs don't die. So that was my guide on herb runs. As you can see, you make a huge profit and it's greatly recommended through all levels. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. See you again in future. Bye.